Okay, thank you, František, and it's really my intention to give a short, let's say, status presentation of NUGENIA, and I will very briefly give you some overview of the scope of NUGENIA, so that the key focus in my presentation will be, let's say, the current and near future activities, and some words about this NUGENIA Plus, and finally some action plan for the near future. So that as Enrique already referred, that this NUGENIA is an international non-profit association which was founded under Belgian legislation. It was November 2011, and that it was launched in March 2012. So that this NUGENIA is actually less than 2 years old, because that was in the mid of November, and so that is more or less a baby of new life, and that baby is not very old yet, but we have had a lot of activities. So that one of the key mission is to be an integrated framework for safe, reliable, and competitive Gen 2 and Gen 3 fission technologies, which the main focus is really to foster collaboration between different nuclear stakeholders, which means that it covers industry, small and medium-sized enterprises, research and technology organization, academia, and also TSOs. So that we want to build knowledge and expertise, and then generate results with added value, especially to end users. And we have had a long debate, what shall we mean end users? And my personal view is that the end users are mostly coming from industry, because they will disseminate mostly our results. So that this is actually our intention, what kind of service portfolio we want to have to our members and also to non-members, so that we have actually 4 main areas, so that we want to be a unique pool of expertise and competencies, and an open innovation approach and multidisciplinary community, and then NUGENIA focus on project results dissemination. So that these are those 4 different category of service portfolio, and I do not want to go into detail of those, let's say, these sub-bullets, because you can read it, all those procedures which are on the foyer, in order to avoid a little bit time. So that when NUGENIA was officially established, we were 7 founding members, and today we have more than 80 members. So that actually it's very, very drastic growth within two years. So that in that sense, I'm really very thankful for all those who has joined to NUGENIA, and most of these NUGENIA members are also the member of SNETP. So that you can see here all the logos of NUGENIA members today. Not today, but that is actually in August 2013. So that those we call it full members, but we have also some honorary members, and one of the most important honorary members is European Commission, because European Commission cannot join to that kind of legal entity, and that's why we made that kind of, let's say, category of membership to have these honorary members. And we have also some, that is some kind of, let's say, association or legal entity of small and medium-sized technology enterprises in France, so that they are also accepted to be a honorary member. So that this is actually some kind of list of our activities, not during the 2012, but that is more or less 2013. So that I want to go briefly all these key activities. So that we had this second General Assembly, so that we elected a new ExCom for the next 2 years, and we appointed secretariat on the voluntary basis from its members, so that we have 6 different organizations who are giving in-kind contribution to secretariat, and which is then supported also by LGI. So that we have decided to that was also, let's say, the concept in New Life to have once a year some kind of forum. And we had the second NUGENIA forum that was in March in Budapest, and next one we will have in April, and that will be in Madrid. So that is, let's say, the 3 years event where almost all people coming, so that in Budapest we have almost 200 participants. So that is actually a very good way to have this dialogue between different experts. And then one of the most important points was that we launched in May NUGENIA Open Innovation Platform, which is actually a very important forum to send ideas of the project proposal. And then there is also the procedure how this proposal will be then handled, so that everybody has access to that kind of system after registration. So that then it's also very important, the negotiation concerning European Commission, this Framework 7 project called NUGENIA. I will say something about that later on. And then we have these different, I think so that is not so important. So that then it's certainly important, but do not want to highlight. So that when we consider, let's say, the structuring of our operation, so that we have 8 different technical areas, and each technical area has technical area leaders and sub-area leaders, and we have identified 8 different technical areas. It's safety and risk of nuclear power plants, civil accidents, core and reactor operation, system and component integrity, fuel, waste and decommissioning, innovative light water reactor design and technology. And then we have 2 such kind of, let's say, cross-cutting area. One is harmonization, and the other one is inspection qualification and risk-informed inspection planning, and that is actually this former ENIC network, so that this ENIC network is now fully integrated to part of NUGENIA. So that when we consider this road mapping, so that you can find this roadmap in the table in the foyer, so that is actually rather fresh because it was published last week, so that there's a huge work behind that work. I think that the original report was more than 200 pages, and now it's less than 40 or 300 pages. So that was actually very, very, very hard work for editorial report to make that in such kind of a little bit condensed form. So that Enrique already referred that how we prepared, and especially in this NUGENIA, that is, we call it, it's some kind of living document. And there is already some preliminary work done inside of New Life, SANET, and ENIC network, and including also Edson. And then there was, let's say, prioritization were done by public-private end users, and also we made use of some national roadmap. This SAFIR is a Finnish national nuclear safety program. This UNCRE is a French one. So that then, that was the following objectives for getting this roadmap, certainly to prioritize R&D challenges, to facilitate the emergency of innovation project for end users, certainly to avoid gaps and applications, and also, which is very important in the future, if this Commission funding is going down, so that how can we find, let's say, the procedure, how to integrate this national R&D program in a little bit better way. And then certainly to implement the recommendations of SNETP on R&D and implication of Fukushima and European stress tests. So that when we consider, let's say, we call it high-level objectives of the overall roadmap, so that we identify that list of objectives. And what is actually the current situation concerning this project portfolio? We have 9 projects we were inherited from New Life, and there is now 3 projects which have started during this year, and there is 4 projects will be starting still within this year, and this is not based on private collaboration, it's more or less private-public, because this public is also coming from different national organization, which is based on national funding. And the total budget in overall, it's a little bit more than 100 million, and with the EU contribution, it's about 30 million euro. So that one of our key target is really to encourage the co-programming of public and public-private R&D stakeholders. So that is this project creation process. I think so that is once again very useful, but that is really based on this NUGENIA Open Innovation Platform. And some words about this NUGENIA Plus. That is the project funded by the European Commission, and the key goal is to demonstrate the approach and operation model of NUGENIA Association, so that there are still some sub-objectives, and the kick-off meeting of that NUGENIA Plus project is next week in Helsinki. So that is once again the list of all these, let's say, target and objectives of this NUGENIA Plus, how it will help NUGENIA to foster different things. But I need to go because there is too many slides. So that then it's this NUGENIA end user is very important from whole NUGENIA association. So that it's listen to industrial needs, to match seekers and solvers for particular project, and then also some other key point. So that once again, what is this? We want to have also interaction to other forums and bodies, Foratom, ERA, Edson, EPR, and IEA. And that is actually the action plan for the near future, to develop a strong and coordinated portfolio of applied collaborative projects, to facilitate identification and sharing of industrial needs and project ideas, to support national research through co-programming, and facilitate sharing infrastructure and co-investing, and widen its range of members. Maybe later on also to consider, let's say, members outside of Europe, and then help implementing the objectives of Horizon 2020. So that was actually end of my presentation. So that thank you very much.
So I thank you very much for exhaustive presentation. I would like several times underline that they are in very close cooperation with SNETP. I am permanently invited to both the General Assembly of NUGENIA and Executive Forum to make a key speech. And Jean-Pierre Weston, you reaffirmed that for you the SNETP umbrella is very important and it is absolutely necessary. If you have an important question, but it is from your time.
It's, we like to speak about money as we have demonstrated. So of these 105 million euros, how much is cash, how much is in kind?
I think so that because everybody must have some money when they put in-kind contribution. For example, we need to get that money either from public sources or then from industry. So that then it means that is actually that money is available somehow. Because sometimes you need to cover your costs.
I think this is more or less general approach that it glues the activity of the different organizations, and you should take care of your money somehow. So we are thank you very much for your presentation.